Welcome back. Our final day of Montes 2020 series. Remember back 6 weeks ago, we thought this would be kind of fun? Well, I'll tell you what, it was fun for me. I got up every day trying to figure out what to do to excite you, and I couldn't wait for you to respond with your ideas and your creations and the things that you did and the things that you watched over these last 6 weeks. So, many of you remember this saying from our class, out with the old. Today is day 20 of the 2020 series. So let's see what we have in store for us. We're busy with cross sections. We've been slicing things, we've been visualizing things. How can we create all these different shapes? A square, a rectangle, a circle, an ellipse. And you've practiced for the last 2 days. Did you figure that maybe you could get messy with math? No? Oh, come on, folks. How about page 33? Did you read what it said at the bottom? What happens when you slice an apple 3 different ways? So if you didn't get messy with math, here's a perfect opportunity. Tell the family when they're getting ready for their meal, I want to be in charge. I've got 3 apples. Let's slice 3 apples 3 different ways to see what we create with a cross section. All right? Got our knife, we're in the kitchen area, got our cutting board. Let's go vertical. What happens when we cut it vertical? What shape did we create? Write it down, draw it, sketch it. What happens if instead of vertical, we go horizontal? Okay. Whoa. That's kind of cool. Got a little star flower there. That actually turned out better than I thought it was going to. Surprise! Very circular, huh? What's the third way? What did it mean 3 different ways? Remember the idea of diagonal? So let's see if we can do this diagonally. There's vertical. Let's tip it about 45 degrees. Try not to cut ourselves and just slice it. Were you worried like me? Not as perfect star with the seeds, but pretty circular, isn't it? Okay, let's try some different ones. It actually said an orange. Now, an orange, kind of round. Does it matter if it's vertical, horizontal, or diagonal? Aren't we going to get the same shape every time? So I'm only going to cut it twice. The first thing I want to do is I want to go diagonally, but only part of it. So let's slice diagonally part of it. Pretty circular, all right? Different diameter, different radius. Now, there's the bottom. Let's go vertical now and see what we get. Can you see that the idea of a sphere is you always get a circle? Maybe not the same diameter, but still a circle. Okay? So now we've done all these round things. This whole sheet of paper said, is there ways to create the other shapes? Okay. How can we get a rectangle? How do we get a rectangle? How do we get a rectangle? How do we get an ellipse? All right, so banana, rectangle. I'm going to go this direction for the circle, this direction for the circle, but now if I slice it down the center, right? Voila. Rectangles, right? Cool. Now, let's say you have a lemon. Now, a lemon is an oval to start with, maybe even an ellipse. Can you see if we chop off the 2 ends, we could have a cylinder, circles. Let's just chop this right down the middle. Maybe we'll have fish tonight for dinner, and we'll use it on the fish, right? What do you use a lemon for? You could be like my son and just actually eat the lemon. Okay? Experiment. Have a little bit of fun with food. Messy with math. And then we use lots of onions. We're Italian. You can see San Francisco. Got our apron on. We're ready to cook some dinner. Maybe we're going to make some spaghetti sauce. Have you ever seen or cut one of these large red onions? Okay? So I thought I would just chop this horizontally, because what do you see? What do you see? Think the movie Shrek. Famous line from Shrek. I've used it in class a lot, right? Onions have layers. All right. Little Shrek reference there. Okay. Now, let's say the whole food thing isn't you. You don't want to go to the kitchen. They don't want you to play with knives, that kind of thing. That's okay. We're going to go to the garage. Maybe in the garage you have what's called a miter box. You ever had a miter box? Do you have a miter box? What's cool about a miter box is that's how you cut perfect corners, right? When you have the trim and the windows and stuff and you need those perfect 45-degree angles, okay, a miter box. 90 degree, perpendicular, right? Your 30-60 degree and your 45-45, 90 degree. Maybe you got an old piece of wood, right? You can chop these, you can create rectangles, you can create all sorts of shapes in the garage. Experiment a little bit, okay? Or butter. Butter. We could chop all sorts of things here, right? Chop the corner off to get our pyramid triangles, okay? And don't forget our trusty paper towel and toilet paper rolls. Chop them up, create different shapes. Okay, this is what I leave you with on our final day of Messy with Math and Montes 2020 series, is this container that a poster came in. Did you know that being from Shadle Park, you live near one of the most famous geometric structures in all the land? Serious. Every geometry teacher in Spokane Public Schools teaches this, and this is the time of year for that. Look how this is built, okay? Now, if you watch that video, when the curvature goes straight up, that's called a hyperbola, okay? Now think of St. Charles Church. As I'm talking to you, a picture of St. Charles Church should be popping up right here. St. Charles Church is one of the most famous geometric structures in all the land. It's called a hyperbolic paraboloid. It's a saddle, serious. So we have the hyperbola part, and then the saddle part is parabolic. Serious. It's so cool. And this poster kind of demonstrates that. That's what I leave you with. I hope you enjoyed the 2020 series. This is the last day out with the old. The governor says no school. We're going to continue this. So stay tuned till tomorrow. In with the new. I know you've heard it. I've known you've seen it. When you see tomorrow's video, I'm going to excite you about what's fun with math. Okay? We're going to have fun this next month in May, and I'm going to show you how tomorrow. So until then, have a great Thursday. Have a great week. The weather's warming up. Enjoy the sun. Bye-bye.